Hello again, my DIY loving friends, and welcome to Medicated Housewife DIY, where crafting and mental health come together. Watch as we turn Dollar Tree and other low-cost finds into designer decor with this DIY video from Dollar Tree to designer DIY high-end trays on a budget. Elevate your home style without breaking the bank. Get ready to be amazed by the transformation. So what are you waiting for? Let's go DIY together. For this DIY, I'm starting with this 7-inch wood round I got at Hobby Lobby, but you can find similar ones at Dollar Tree. I'm also using 2 of these bamboo hoops I had in my stash, and I probably got them from Dollar Tree. One fits on top of the round perfectly, and the other had to be cut so that we could then make it the exact same size. I'm also using a piece of this wood veneer that comes in a roll from Amazon, and I'll link it for you in the description box below. It's basically just a paper-thin wood that comes on a big roll. The first thing I'm doing is painting the wood round using some folk art antique wax, which I will link for you below, mixed with plain water to thin it out, and I'm painting the whole round. That's the front, the sides, and the back to cover it completely with the wax and water mixture so I can still see that wood grain coming through. Next, I use the same wax and water to paint the 2 bamboo hoops, also on all sides of both of the hoops. Next, I paint the long piece of wood veneer using the wax and water as well. I paint both sides of the veneer and wipe off the excess with a dry paper towel. And here you can see that off camera, I used a piece of wood craft stick to attach the ends of that cut bamboo hoop, the one I had made smaller. I'll paint the craft stick piece later to match the hoop. And next, I have some scrap pieces of rattan left over from a roll that I got on Amazon a while ago. I've used it for several projects before this one that you may have seen. I'll link the rattan below, but I cut the scrap pieces to the same width so that I can piece together 2 pieces to fit my wood round. So with my first hoop, I'm using this beacon glue that I will link for you below, but Dollar Tree super glue or craft glue would also work here. I glue the bottom of the rattan pieces to the inside of the hoop, and I use a whole bunch of Dollar Tree craft clips to hold the rattan and hoop together while that glue is setting up. After that bottom hoop dries, I am going to then attach the second bamboo hoop to the top of the rattan, tucking the rattan inside the hoop and using the same glue and clip method as the first hoop to attach it all together. Once the hoop and rattan is dry, I turn the whole thing upside down and I remove the clips, and to cover that inside edge of the rattan, I cut the wood veneer that I had painted in half, and I'm using that piece and the same beacon glue as well as a whole bunch of clips to attach the veneer inside the hoop the exact same way that we attached the hoop to the rattan. And without giving it time to dry, I turn that over and attach the other half of my wood veneer to the other inside edge of my rattan and clip it using some clips from the bottom that's still drying. I borrow some of those and we clip the top piece of veneer and let the whole thing dry. While that glue dries, I grabbed these large wood beads. I'll link them for you below, but you can get slightly smaller wood beads at Dollar Tree too. And I paint the 3 beads with the same antique wax and water. We'll be using the beads on the bottom as feet for our tray. With the bottom of the rattan and hoop dry, I'm attaching it to the top of the painted wood round, again using some of that beacon glue, which I wasn't happy with the last video, but it does have its advantages. It dries fast, it's clear, and it's somewhat easy to work with. I have this faux leather strap from my stash, but if you are lucky enough to find the elusive faux leather ribbon at Dollar Tree, you can use that. The strap is too wide as is, so I cut it down the middle to make 2 thinner straps, and I'm going to use these as handles on my tray. I measured a 1-inch space between each side of the handle, and using some hot glue, for the sake of saving time, I attach the 2 ends of the strap under the tray, and then I attach them at the base of the tray and then at the top of that bamboo hoop so that the handles will stand up. Then I do the exact same thing with the other piece of faux leather for the second handle directly across from the first handle. I turn the tray upside down, and using more hot glue, again for the sake of timing for the video, I attach the 3 painted beads to serve as feet and give the tray some height. And this is my wood and rattan tray, and oh my, do I love the way this looks. It's so boho and trendy looking. Rattan is so in interior design right now, and this tray is not at all difficult to create. And talk about bang for your buck, just a glorious high-end DIY. This next DIY begins with this Dollar Tree pizza pan that I want to paint the edges of. So I sanded the edges down a little bit to help the paint stick. Not really sure that that made a difference. Initially, I wanted the edge to be brown, so using this apple barrel melted chocolate, which I will link for you below, I did several coats of the brown paint. Now, I happen to have this large, thin wood round that fit perfectly into the inside part of the pizza pan, but if you don't have this, you can easily cut a circle the size of the inside of the pan out of scrap cardboard lying around your home. I wanted the inside of the pan to have a leather look, so I got this roll of leather-looking contact paper on Amazon. I'll link it for you below. However, when I got it, I ordered brown, and this was definitely not a warm brown. It has a lot of red in it, almost like a Merlot color, so I do have to change some of my plans because of that. I cut a piece large enough to cover the wood round and removed the backing to expose the sticky side and pressed my wood round on top of that. It attached smoothly and easily. Then I trim the ends of the paper and start cutting strips, as you see me doing here, to pull over the edge of the wood round and attach them to the back. I did this around the entire wood circle. Next, I have this 12-inch pressboard wreath I got at Hobby Lobby, but I'll try to find something comparable to link for you below. I also have this broken oval-shaped embroidery hoop in my stash that I'd like to use as handles for my tray. So using my favorite clippers, I snip that oval in half and then mark with a pencil to get 2 even rounded sides, which I then trim and sand until the 2 handles are smooth. I had a wood dowel from Dollar Tree and measured 2-inch long pieces to cut. I cut 4 of the 2-inch long dowel pieces, and they will also be part of my handles. I'm using Starbond Super Glue and the Starbond Accelerator, both of which I'll link for you below because I need immediate hold to do this. I take 1 2-inch dowel and I glue it to the inside edge of my oval hoop handle. Then I glue another 2-inch dowel this same way to the other end of that handle. I repeat that on the second oval handle with 2 more dowel pieces. So because my leather contact paper was not the brown color I was expecting, I decided to paint all the wood and the pizza pan in black instead of brown. So using this apple barrel black matte paint, which I will link for you below, first I paint the pressboard wreath, and I'm painting that on all sides. And then I'm going to paint both of my wood dowel and bamboo hoop handles, and I'm also painting those on all of the sides. And then I'm going to paint over the brown paint on my pizza pan, which really didn't look that great to begin with, so I wasn't too upset about having to cover it up. I used some of the beacon glue to attach the leather-covered wood round to the middle of the pizza pan, and it fits in there perfectly. I grabbed 4 large wood beads, which I will link for you below to use as feet, and I painted them with the same black paint. Then I grabbed 4 smaller beads like the kind from Dollar Tree and paint them black too. I turn my pizza pan over and I'm using hot glue to attach the 4 large beads to the bottom of the pan, spaced out evenly. And just a note, you will want to use E6000 or some other form of stronger adhesive. I'm using the hot glue for the sake of speed in the video, but it's not ideal for long-term hold on this pan. And next I take my 4 smaller beads and I want to attach them between the edge of the pan and the edge of the wood round, sitting right on that crack. I also don't space them out directly over the large beaded feet. I try and place them kind of opposite where their feet are, if that makes sense. So they're not directly above them, but more in between. Then I use some beacon glue on top of the small beads and place the pressboard wreath resting on top of the beads and allow it to dry. Lastly, I attach my handle on the edge of the pizza pan as well as the side of the pressboard wreath, and then I place the other handle directly across from the first. And this is my faux leather modern raised tray, and what I envisioned was a bit different, but I do like the unique handles, which obviously are for show and not functional, but they were pretty cool looking, I think. Also, if my leather had been the right color brown and I emphasized more of the wood pieces as natural wood, this may have been a completely different look, but it's modern and sleek and very unique. This next DIY begins with this very sad baking dish that has seen much better days, and frankly, I'm not much of a baker. I also have several of these plastic succulent flower pots from Dollar Tree. I am going to use 3 of them. I'm painting the baking dish in 3 of the plastic pots with this Rust-Oleum paint and primer in gloss black, which I will link for you below. I didn't paint the inside middle of the dish because we will be covering it, and I'm using this scrap cardboard circle, which happens to fit perfectly inside the baking dish. That white coating on the cardboard is hard to paint over, so I'm using the unpainted brown side of the cardboard. Using Apple Barrel Khaki, which I'll link for you below, as a base coat, I generously cover that whole side of the cardboard. While the paint dries, I take my 3 plastic succulent pots and place them on the bottom of the baking dish as feet. Now, I'm using hot glue here for the video, but you should probably use some E6000 or something like that for this if you duplicate this project. With the khaki paint dry, I grab some Folk Art Antique wax, not diluted, just out of the bottle, and I'm going to use the wax to darken up the base coat with just a hint of khaki color showing through. I'm going for a very dark kind of antique wood kind of look. Next, I take 12 of these large wood half rounds from Amazon. I'll link them below. I'm going to paint them with the same antique wax so that they will start to look like our faux wood painted cardboard circle. I like to paint my half rounds on packing tape to hold them all in place. I mix some Waverly Clear Wax, which I'll link for you below, with Apple Barrel Black paint, and using a chip brush, I'm going to distress paint the cardboard round with the black wax to really deepen that antique dark wood look I'm after, and the black wax really does the trick. I use that same black wax on the wood half round so they'll match with my cardboard round and I get a cohesive look. When the 12 half rounds are dry, I'm going to attach all 12 spaced out as evenly as I can without measuring, just eyeballing it. I glue them to the side of the baking pan, as you see me doing right here. Then I just pop that cardboard right inside my pan. And voila, this is my raised metal and wood round tray, and not bad for a metal pan from the garbage, discarded plastic flower pots, scrap cardboard, and some wood half rounds. This is a charming and rustic little metal tray, a little bit of an industrial vibe. The cardboard really has a realistic wood look. The whole piece, with the exception of the wood half rounds, was basically free, so that's a winning DIY in my book. And as usual, I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments which one of these from Dollar Tree to Designer high-end tray DIYs was your favorite and why. You know I love hearing from all of you. And if you've enjoyed this DIY video, there's even more waiting for you. Just click that link on your screen for more Medicated Housewife DIYs. Also, I'd love for you to join our little crafting family and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and until next time, my name is Sarah. I'm the Medicated Housewife, and crafting is my medication.